We're basically doing like a whole talk on the sneakers, and that shows how much of a movement and a part of people's lives and how important it is to some people. Some sneakers are more important to people than some musicians are.
I think the first kicks I ever bought myself were probably Adidas Run DMCs.
So that's the first collaboration officially that I know of, really, with a music artist.
The first collab I wanted, I didn't get it, was the Wu-Tang and Nike the Dunk. I wanted that bad.
I got the Crooked Tongues Max 90, and I think these shoes are worth about £500 on eBay, and I've lost them. If anyone knows where my shoes are, please give them back.
I kind of go through phases where I kind of get rid of loads and then restock. So at the moment we're kind of looking at about 400 odd pairs. It's enough for my mum to come to my house and be like, "You are not a centipede. You cannot wear all these shoes."
This has got everything. This is not just filling in the gaps of history and stuff that you might not know or I might not know. Also shows you kicks that you totally forgot about, kicks I've never seen before in my life.
Any kicks you want?
Half the book.
I think it really just cements all of the interesting things and moments in time over, the past kind of decade, really.
I love it. I think it's really accessible because, to be really honest with you, you don't really want to read too much in a book like this.
We wanted to put everything in there, didn't we? Like, every fact that we knew about it or could find about it, we wanted to show every aspect of it.
And also, it's really educational. This was released via Dave's Quality Meats. I wouldn't know that, but you probably do. So it's that's why I think it's educational.
You basically sit there and you ponder and you look and you go back and you flick and you go back, and I guess that's a testament to a great book and great design.
For me, when you get a book, it's about paper quality. It's about how it feels, when you're holding it. It's about how it's going to look when it's on the shelf with the other books. This is a good book.
It's great to be able to look at all these collaborations and find them in one place.
I think the best collaborations are both the brand and the individual putting their things to the table, and I think that's completely important to keep everything fresh and interesting.
If you do a collaboration, you have to think about artists, you have to think about clothing designers, you have to think about, even the head of the company himself being like, all right, cool, I'm gonna put my name in. I think these are all the little things that you do that add value and kind of justify why you should go in and get a trainer like that, because the chances it may never ever come back.
In the book, the Nike Dizzy Rascal, the tongue-in-cheek, that is my favourite.
Let's have a look, let's have a look.
Those HCM Roams are magnificent. I love them. They either need to get retroed or redone, something.
I mean, I really liked the Iraq collab that Adidas did.
It's fantastic.
It came out of nowhere. It was done properly. It was so different to what had been done before.
I think the Yeezy, who we kidding, is one of my favourite shoes as well.
It's a beautiful shoe.
It's a beautiful shoe.
I would probably do the low top blazer just to stay with my roots.
I'd like to see Dr. Dre do some kicks.
That would be ill.
I have no idea what they'd look like. I have no idea what his brain would then produce, but it'd be something good.
Well, what's really good about this is there's progression.
Yes.
And it's almost kind of like, with these two books, they kind of show how it's evolved and also where it's going.
Because obviously there's so many limited editions and new models out there, we tried to keep it so that the models that were in the first book were in the second book. And you kind of see how it's moved on.
No, they did a great job. It's a perfect continuation of what we started with the first book.
And everyone's scared of a sequel, but this book nails it as far as a sequel. It complements the first book brilliantly.
I think it goes without saying, U-Dox from the start of sneaker culture has always been the cutting edge. The history goes deep, you know what I mean?
The thing I like about U-Dox is kind of I remember when they basically were like, we're gonna go and do this trainer thing. And everyone was like, why are you going to do that? Why would you want to document and take photos of shoes?
I don't know who else you'd go to in London to put a book together like that.
They are the only people who I think can pull off something like this.
I have to say this is one of the best trainer books that I have actually ever seen.
Wow.
I've got a pair of these.
Yeah, they're bad boy shoes, the Dizzies.
I actually have a pair of these that have a big lump of dog doo-doo on the bottom. which is kind of funny because, you know, Dirty Stank and all that.
They're worth more, right?
Yeah, well, I'm just leaving it on there
Yeah.
because I think that kind of just, you know.
You can say it's Dizzy's poo.
Exactly.